Let's begin by introducing the supplied parts and the recommended tools. So first off, the supplied hardware: two M8 by 35 millimeter long Allen bolts, two M8 by 40 millimeter long Allen bolts plus washers, four M8 by 20 millimeter long hex head bolts plus washers, four M6 by 20 millimeter hex head bolts plus washers plus nylock nuts, and two spacers. Now let's talk about the tools we're going to be using. We're going to be using a ratchet extension, as well as a 10 millimeter wrench or spanner, and two M8 by 10 millimeter hex sockets, and a 6 millimeter Allen socket or Allen key. Next, remove the passenger seat. Underneath the seat, there are four Allen bolts. Remove them using the 6 millimeter Allen key or Allen socket and ratchet. And then put the brackets in their places, all four brackets. We recommend that you use medium strength blue Loctite. Do not tighten the bolts, just leave them loose. We recommend that you turn them only 1 to 3 times max. Okay, then loosen the foot peg bolts. Leave about 7 to 8 millimeter gap, and then the front end of the pannier racks will slide in there, the tab, like so. And then mount the pannier racks. Just thread the bolts in, turn them a couple of times, 1 or 2 times, and use blue Loctite. And now add the spacer. And then you can repeat the same steps on the other side. In case the spacer keeps falling in, you can turn that bolt a couple of times just to keep some pressure on it. Like so. Do not over tighten those bolts. Add the spacer on both sides. Don't forget about it. And then now we're ready to install the cross brace. Grab the four M6 by 20 millimeter long hex head bolts, plus the washers and the nylock nuts. You go from the outside to in, so the bolt heads face outwards. And on the inside, the washers and the nylock nuts. Spin them on and leave it loose. Like so. So now everything is in place. You can begin to tighten the bolts and nuts. Make sure that you tighten the bolts gradually, not one bolt fully tight and then the next. Gradual. A few turns on each bolt and nut and then start all over again. And then a final step is torquing the bolts and nuts. So this is pretty much a wrap. Now make sure that you go out for a test ride, and after about 100 kilometers, 150 kilometers, 80 to 120 miles, you double check all the bolts and nuts again. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, info@outbackmotortech.com, or call toll free 877 931 3636. Thank you very much for watching.